So let's get started. Here's what I want to do. I want to go through, really break it up into 5 pieces, although they're all mixed together. And I really want to dig in and show you some things on your screen that really can or will have a big impact on your estate planning legal services practice. Along the way, if you have some questions, feel free to type a question into the question box. I'll take a peek at that periodically and answer any questions that you have. I'll probably read the question aloud and answer. So let's just jump in. All right, and again at the end we'll talk about what those potential next steps are for those who want to proceed and participate and take advantage of what we're doing here. So I'm going to break this down. What this is we started working with attorneys several months ago, and this is during our webinar here I'm going to be comparing the new with the old. The old was, come work with us and we'll walk you through creating marketing content. We'll walk you through writing different things. We'll walk you through writing blog posts. We'll walk you through becoming a book author and writing all of that content. And we'll have some things that we can help put in place for you. Well, really what we found is nobody has time, nobody has the energy. Being an estate planning lawyer means you're busy all the time, you're working with clients, you're preparing documents, you're putting out fires, and so it's a struggle. And what that struggle does is it's difficult to find the time, the energy, the money, the resources to do the marketing that's really necessary. And as a result of that, a lot of lawyers get really frustrated because they, the clients aren't coming in the door at the rate that they were hoping that they would come into the door, and that leads to all kinds of financial stresses. We were talking with an attorney just a couple of weeks ago who was telling us, been an estate planning attorney for a while and wound up couldn't even, buy the kids Christmas presents because of the lack of new client activity. And so much less try to pay the regular bills and the expenses and the mortgages and the car loans, much less planning for retirement and putting away. That not even an option for many estate planning attorneys. So what we want to do is allow people to eliminate all those difficulties, eliminate all those frustrations, know that you've got things in place so that you're going to get regular and healthy client activity, regular and healthy revenue, and really make your estate planning practice worthwhile. So let's get into some of the details and talk about that. I'm going to go through it in the same 5 steps, 5-week program, but they're all so much more related now, and you'll get the picture as I go through it. But nonetheless, you're used to me talking about these different 5 pieces, so let's go through it with that. Let's start with what we call the free offer. The old method was, why don't you go ahead and pick your little estate planning niche topic and then make sure you write a report that has these 6 different elements in there, and we'll edit it and we'll review it and we'll help you get it done. Well, writing from a blank slate is tough. So we just eliminated the fact that you have to write all that stuff. We wrote it for you. So on your screen, you're seeing one of the cover pages of one of our free offer. This is actually a free report or a special legal report for someone who wants to offer their probate services or their estate administration services. So that's what that is. What you see there is the cover page, and then what follows is we've been taking over the last month. What we've done is, here's a 23-page report that lays out all the frustrations people have when they have to go through a probate, some of the solutions, some of the answers, lays it all in here, 20-something pages long, and it's all written in a way that there's a little bit of state-specific stuff here because we haven't shaved it all out. But as most of you know in estate planning, about 90% of the stuff, of the messages, of the marketing messages, of the material is the same no matter where you are. People want to make things simple for their family. They want to leave it to their spouse, their kids the right way. They want to avoid taxes. Some of them want to avoid the nursing home expenses. and there's about 10% of estate planning stuff that's kind of state specific. Well, what we did with all these marketing materials, we kind of stripped out the nitty gritty state specific stuff, and we created these free offers that have the 90% of the stuff that apply wherever you are. So this is just one of the free offers that we have. We've written a few other free offers. I have one here. I'd like to have a copy of it. So I have one. Let's see. This is one that is designed for people who want to find out more about avoiding probate. A real popular topic. Got another one here where people who want to avoid losing everything to the nursing home. So this is another topic. So in fact, I got Carol here. Are we doing okay? Yeah. Yep. Okay. So so how do these free offers get used? Well, there's 3 offers right there that are kind of ready to go for you, where that you can start using in your practice immediately. Free offers on how to avoid probate, free offers on getting a probate done, and one on avoiding nursing home poverty. But as you'll hear me say in the next few minutes, kind of the ultimate free offer is having a book. We've tested how many people ask for a free offer a special legal report when you make that available on your newsletter on your website, versus how many ask to be a subscriber to your newsletter, versus how many will ask for a book if you make it available to them. Overwhelmingly, the numbers are much higher when you make available not only the fact that you are a book author, but you make it available to those prospective clients. Let me show you how that works. So what we did, some of you have seen my website, and let's see, let me get to it in the right place. This is going to walk you through this kind of slow, but it's worth it. So let me do that. So let's see here. So to me, really the ultimate free offer for an estate planning attorney is their book. So some of you have seen my website. This is what's called the landing page or the cover page. So my video is not popping up, but most people see that. Maybe the GoToWebinar technology has something to do with that. But people right there, when they come to the first page of my website, they can click on that, send me the book. Well, great free offer. And really about every day we get 1 or 2 of these requests for a free copy of my book. Now what you see here is a fairly lengthy web form. And it's lengthy, but some of our web forms, as you'll see in a moment, are really short. I mean, we may ask for somebody's first name and their email address, and that's it. And the rule of thumb out there is, when you're providing something that's really valuable, you can ask for a lot of information and people will give it because they want that thing that's of significant value, like a printed book. But if you're asking them to sign up for your newsletter, which nobody does, or asking them to sign up for something that's not perceived as having as much value, you better only ask for a little bit of information, like maybe name, maybe first name only, maybe first and last name, and their email address. But here's a pretty significant web form that when they go on the website, they click they want the book, they fill out their information here, and then we have what we call these radio buttons. And my favorite one is this one right here, where it asks, I am at a point in my life where I'm ready to get my estate legal affairs in order. So in addition, there's a text box down in here where they can type in more, and then they click send me my free book. Well, as soon as they fill that out, and what happens is this happens. And let me go to this piece the right way. So let's see here. Let me go to something else. I'm going to come back to that one. So here's automatically what happens is a task gets sent to one of my employees to mail them the book. But then we get all this information, and that's what I want to show you. So okay. So what I did was Jim filled out this form, and he clicked the button. And when he clicked the button, we got this email, and I blacked out his last name because I, of course, don't have Jim's permission to show y'all all of this. So, and I just wanted to, we get all these results, and I circled some things that I thought you might want to see. On this, I want my heirs to avoid tax when I die. He could have checked the button, I strongly disagree with that statement, all the way through, I strongly agree with the statement. Well, he clicked true to the strongly agree. So I know it's somebody who is concerned about avoiding taxes. He's also agrees with the term. He wants to protect things from his children's divorces. But when we go to my favorite question, I am at a point in my life where I'm ready to get my estate legal affairs in order, strongly agree. He clicked that button. So he's ready. So I'll be, I only got this email 4 days ago. And so what's happened is he's been mailed the book. And then what also happened, give me a sec, is, let's see here, let me go to something I'll show you. All right, so he is part of a system in our, that you'll all have, of the Get My Book, I'll call it a sequence. So he filled out the form, and then what happens is once a week he's getting an email from me. I don't even know what's happening, but he's getting it once a week. The first one, hey, did you get the book? Just a quick follow-up, different tones and different messages in all of those emails. So consumers need to be touched about 7 or 8 times on average before they make that buying decision. So these are all the touches. He got the book and he's getting all these emails. And then as part of that campaign, again, all this happens automatically, we structured the campaign so that the people who are ready, they clicked that I strongly agree that I'm ready to get my legal affairs in order. I'm going to get those folks a call. The ones who didn't agree or strongly agree is going to go to one of a staff member here for them to follow up. So it's kind of an if this, then that happens, and it's all automated. It all happens behind the scenes. So we're excited about that, about those kind of campaigns that I'll come back to in a minute. Okay, so how do you use these free offers? We talked just now about the book, but I want to point out a couple of other things. Let's see here. Let me go to another use for a free offer. I'll talk in a minute about websites and about blogging content that we provide, but it's great. Sometimes when people find you, they've done a Google search and they get directed immediately to a blog post that has a lot of the keywords that they entered in their Google search. So if somebody were to, and this is my website, were to stumble upon this blog post right here regarding Medicaid planning, you'll see at the end they can just click send me the video, because our call to action at the end of this blog post was click the button if you want to find out more. It doesn't do you any good if people find your site if you're not capturing that contact information, because it's not likely they're going to call you right when they find your site. It's likely they're going to dig around, and if they don't find exactly what they need, they're going to go somewhere else. But here's a great place to use the free offer. So if somebody, see, and here's a short web form for somebody who wants to watch a 23-minute video on Medicaid planning in Louisiana. So that's another great way to use the free offer. All right, let me get myself back situated here, and then we'll move on to the next thing. We may even have, see what we got here. Will you get your free offer in a Word document so we can edit as we see fit? Yeah, in fact, everything that I show you here, you're going to approve it before it gets used on your behalf. So just plan on that. And we even want to encourage you to make edits or changes that you deem necessary. You may have seen in one of the free offers, I had some of our testimonials in there. So there's some natural editing that needs to take place. So just assume all of this content that we have, it can, and in many cases should, be edited to fit your state, your personality, what you're trying to accomplish, your goals, etc. But we just know that it's easier to edit than to create. So that's why we want to have all this stuff in place for you. Okay, so there's your kind of step one, week one, free offer. We have them pre-written. We have 3 of them pre-written, which is the Avoid Nursing Home Poverty, the Avoid Probate, and then the Probate Legal Services. And then there's the 4th one I'm going to get to later, which is the book free offer, which is kind of the ultimate free offer, and how you use those to capture information and get more interest in your business, either through a short web form like this for a nursing home poverty free offer, or a longer web form for something that's perceived as more valuable or is more valuable, like a book. And so we'll come back to that in a minute. And then what you saw was anybody who asks for one of these free offers automatically, without you even knowing it, gets marketing messages from you routinely. One last thing I'm going to show you on that before I move on. This is an email I got. No, not this one. This is an email that I got on December 13th. So Gary, blacked out his last name, blacked out his email address. Gary, he got he went on my site. He clicked send me the book. He filled out the web form. We mailed it to him, and then he started getting automated email messages. One of the subject lines in the email message was quick follow-up. And so he responded to that email back to me, Paul, thank you for the book and your follow-up. I had no idea he even had a book, and I had no idea we had even done any follow-up, because it's all automated. That's the beauty of this. And then he writes, as I mentioned in my questionnaire response, I'm looking for a will for my wife and myself. Do you have an office? I'd like to make an appointment. Thanks again for your follow-up response. So I called Gary, and I'm scheduled to meet Gary next week. And when he talked to me, he revealed all of the reasons why he's an ideal candidate. He wants to avoid probate. He just retired. He talked about a couple of $1 million here, a couple of million there. His wife just retired. They're absolutely ready. They've been procrastinating getting all of this done until they retired. So this is the automated free offer marketing working. This is how you see it work. So anyway, enough there. Let's move on. So part 1 free offer, part 2 website. I've always mentioned there's 2 main functions for your website. One is that you get found, and then the other is that you capture contact information. You got to do both. It doesn't do much good if just people are finding your website, but you're not capturing any of that contact information so that you can continue marketing to them. And it doesn't do good to have a follow-up, great follow-up, if they're not finding you in the first place. So you got to have both. So as far as the getting found, what we changed, what we tried to encourage in the past was, hey, write some blog posts. Nobody likes writing blog posts. I don't like writing blog posts. I'll get hot and heavy on it for a week or 2, and then I'll let a month go by and do nothing. And it's a pain, and it takes a lot of time, takes a lot of energy, takes a lot of thought, it's tough. So fortunately, being in this business for 25 years, I've written, I don't know if it's as many as 1,000 yet, but I've written a lot of blog posts. And so what we said was, because it's so important that you have content added regularly to your website, we said, we'll just provide it. So on your website, which is a website that we'll either build for you, or on your existing website, the plan here is to get two blog posts added each week. If we're doing the adding of the blog post to your site because it's a site that we built, then every Monday and Thursday we're going to add a blog post to your site. And so over time, as you add that content to your site, you're going to find that you're going to start getting found quite a bit more. These are just some analytics. Obviously, we started this website in July of this year, And so what you see here is, because we did a pretty good job early on of simply adding content regularly through blog posts, we get what I think, it's hard to gauge and compare, what I think is pretty good activity. We get the far right column, every month since June's been over 600 unique visitors to my site every month. The column on the far left is how many visits are paid to my site each month, about 900. And then the middle column is all the page views. So since July, we've had 13,274 page views, well over 2,000 page views each month. So a fraction of those people come on the site. They either find it through, perhaps they Google and they get sent to a blog post or get to our site. And then a fraction of those people say, wow, I like what I'm seeing with the free information that I'm reading on the blog. Now I'm getting this offer to get more and even better information. I trust them because of what I've seen with the free information. Let me give them my contact information so I can get more. And so that's the idea of getting found by having the content and then having the vehicles on your site to be able to capture contact information. And really, I really like the idea of putting blog posts on attorneys' sites. And then, let's see where we are here. I had it. Yeah. And then having that free offer available at the end of the blog post. As you're writing blog posts or having them put on your site for you, you have to have those different calls to action at the end of each blog post. So you can have a offer for a free offer. You can make a call to action, ask them to call your office. You can ask them to come to one of your upcoming events. So you switch out all these calls to action, but it is really important that you have a call to action or you risk losing them because they'll leave your site without giving you that information. Okay, let me take let's see where we are here and make sure we're still good. All right, moving on. So that's the website. Number one, free offer. Number two, website. Get found, capture contact information. Really, this is the big one. Step 3, week 3, is the automated marketing, the automated drip marketing. This is where we have really devoted a lot of time and energy to being able to really create something special for estate planning attorneys around the country who want to increase their business. So it's hard to give it justice, but I'm going to show you a few things just to get started here. The idea is have the marketing content out there, and through many different ways capture contact information. And like I said earlier, the averages are it takes 7 or 8 contacts or touches before a consumer is ready to make their buying purchase. So the idea is give your prospective contacts really valuable information sent to them over time so that when they're ready, and who knows when they're going to be ready. It might be some family event that occurs, or it might be some conversation they have with a friend. But when they're ready, and we can't necessarily always control when they're ready, but when they are ready, you have stayed in touch with them, so it's just natural for them to contact you and have you help them put their legal affairs in order. So let me show you a few of the ways that we can stay in touch with people. So let's see where we are here. Let me clear up some things here. All right, so we've got all these different ways to automate your marketing. Showed you earlier what people will get automatically when they sign up to get your book, and we're going to talk about your book as step 4. Are you seeing me on the video, Carol? Am I on the video? Yeah, okay. All right, so here's an example of let's call it the nursing home poverty follow-up. So we happen to put some blog posts on your site. One of them happens to be about Medicaid planning or elder law. Here's the one where I had a video. It doesn't have to be a video. It could be just a web form that they fill out. But as soon as they fill out that web form or make that request for your video or your special legal report, a bunch of things just start happening automatically. So these are various timed emails that they'll get. They'll get one from you maybe 2 days after they get your free offer. They'll get maybe another one 2 days later. So we've got these free offer campaigns, but we have others. And so let me show you a few of the others that we have. I already showed you the one for the book. But we also have one for the financial advisors that you have contacts with. So let me show you what one of those looks like. All right, so this is one where either there's really, to me, there's 3 ways you can get business from the financial advisors, and it starts one of 3 ways. Some of you already have some financial advisors in your list of contacts. Some of you will, over the course of time, retain clients who have a financial advisor, and that's a great opportunity to make the initial connection with another financial advisor to grow your contacts list there. And others of you will just meet financial advisors in the normal course of doing business as an estate planning attorney. However you get their contact information, what happens is really important, and this is so simple, really important that you just send them regular information. So this is one we've started where here's the first, I think it's the first 8 or 10 steps. And those 10 steps just happen to be a once-a-week email. And those emails have different topics. One week it may be how to make sure your clients have an opportunity to get the double step up in basis. The next one might be how important it is to have a relationship with with the right estate planning attorney as you grow your wealth management business. The next one might be important things that blended families must consider when they create their estate planning program. The next one talking about how wealth managers can benefit from joint marketing and having presentations for their clients that include an estate planning attorney as the guest speaker to really enhance that wealth manager's business. So that's what the idea, kind of the best marketing through financial advisors is not the awkward call them up and say, hey, do you know somebody who might need my services? That's awkward. That's putting them in a difficult financial situation. You'll never get anywhere. But the key is to provide them with those regular ongoing communications, really forever. And all of it's done without having to lift a finger as long as you have the right processes in place. So that's another area where the drip automated marketing helps. And then maybe another one, another one is, let's see, some email newsletter marketing. So our plan with PAR is every month, take all of the contacts that you have and let's send them your monthly newsletter. So here's just a template. And so having all of the things in place and having this written for you, and again, having you, of course, review it and edit it as necessary, but all of your contacts, your clients, your prospective clients, your referral sources, this is written in a way that anybody's going to find it interesting and going to, thank you for sending it to them each month, and they're going to want to reciprocate. So what we found over the years is when we do a newsletter, a portion of it is estate planning related, the legal stuff, and a portion of it is just some fun stuff. So as we go into page 2, what do you know? We got our monkey bread recipe. So people get really excited about that. And if you go down a little further, you got the joke of the month. And, we got to take some time. 2 old men in a retirement village sitting and reading. One says, how do you feel? How do you really feel? Honestly, I feel like a newborn baby. I've got no hair, no teeth, and I just wet myself. So, really quality stuff in our newsletters here. But what we found over the years is as people get these newsletters and they bring them in and they tell us thank you, they always, mention, boy, I really like that joke, or I tried out that recipe. I don't think any of them ever read any of the estate planning related law stuff. But, nonetheless, we got to have all that stuff in there. So have a little fun with it. And again, that's just something that goes out regularly to all of your contacts. So that's the drip. And what we did was, just real quick, what we did was we became what's called an Infusionsoft certified partner. And so now we have some incredible skills and some talents, and Carol James went through just rigorous coursework. And our skills are so much better than they were a month ago, and now we have all these licensings and certifications that we can administer, all of that on your behalf. And so it's all legal, it's technical, it's clean, and it's exactly the way it should be. So, all right, so that's all that. So free offers, a bunch of those, including your book, which I'm about to get to. Number 2, your website, adding content to it regularly, and then having the content structured in a way that you'll capture people's contact information. Then there's the dripping. As you capture contact information, you can drip automated marketing messages. You can send email newsletters. I'll show you a really cool automated marketing process at the end here in a minute. And so the idea is have all of that working while you're sleeping. And then week 4 is the book. We are still hot and heavy. Hey, you need to be a book author. I first came out with my book about 10 years ago. It was a real game changer when it comes to estate planning practice. So months ago, our method was we'll hold your hand as you write your book. Let's get the back cover done. Let's get the table of contents done. 2 weeks later, let's get an outline done. 2 weeks later, let's get an easy chapter written. And it was like pulling teeth. Well, no more. So what we have now is, I mentioned earlier, about 90% of estate planning is kind of the same messages wherever someone lives in America. So what we did over the last month is we stripped out all of the state-specific stuff out of an estate planning book that I had written and scaled it down a little bit and made it an estate planning book that's really designed that anybody can use. Anybody can put their name on it as the author, and the content will be relevant regardless of what state you're in. We don't want to get too nitty-gritty and too state-specific and give away all the details. So it really works well where we can give them enough information and address the issues and address some of the pain points that they have, but structured in a way that if they want to put things in place, the natural progression is to have them contact you. So, you've all seen my book before, and so all of the state-specific stuff that was in there before, about 10% of the book, has been stripped out or rewritten in a way that it's applicable anywhere. And then, so now someone who works with us can really instantly, become a book author. So what we do is, while you're working with us, you're licensed to use that book. You can use it 2 ways. Number 1, I would suggest that you start using it immediately as an ebook. And so what we do is we help you design that cover of the ebook with your name as the author, and then plug in the content, and voila, you've got an ebook ready to go. And you use that as kind of your main free offer. Maybe that's what's on page 1 above the fold of your website. Fill out the web form to get my book, and you'll learn the following, and there'll be some bullets there. And so that's an easy way to quickly get the benefits of being a book author. The other way, of course, that you use it is to have a printed book. Now, that will take a little time. We've been talking to the person who has been handling our book printing, and they're good at it. They're quick. They're accurate. For those of you who would like to use them, it's an available resource. You're not going to be required to, of course. but it's an easy way, and they can send them to you as you need them. But obviously, you'd be responsible for any printing costs for getting your book printed. But to have an opportunity to use my book as a business card, it's a real game changer. Okay, so one more here, and then I'm going to go back and summarize, all the enhances and the improvements. Is I want to go through the group presentations aspect of an estate planning practice, and really there's two, and then there's some others. One aspect is the webinar presentation, and by using the technology the right way, as you market your webinars, all of those people who either register or attend one of your webinars, they automatically get put into these automated marketing campaigns where they continue receiving valuable messages from you forever. So as we've enhanced our ability to do automated marketing, it's made all these other pieces better. And then the other aspect of the group presentations that I have a long history of doing is the actual seminar. Some of you do that, some of you don't. But what I want to show you that we've added, and I'm going to make Carol's screen a presenter here. That'll give me just a second. And let's see here. Okay, so how it all kind of gets put together. You in?
Yeah, you see my message or can you see my campaign?
Let's see. Try this again.
Okay.
Oh, okay. You're on it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it. Let's see. Let me see what you're seeing. Hold on just a second. Audience view. Nope. You probably just lost it. Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you. Okay, so let's see here. We talked earlier about automated marketing, and a lot of the people on this call, including myself, have given some presentations in the past. Some people come, they may fill out an evaluation form. You take those, they never hear from you. You never hear from them again. Well, what the automated marketing software does is it enables you to find their pain point. And so what that campaign does is, let me get the pen here. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. So they come to you're drawing that. Okay. Anyway, they come to your event. They, in some type of evaluation form, they tell you what their pain point is. Their pain point might be a blended family issue. It might be taxes. It might be avoiding probate, making things simple, elder law, Medicaid planning. And then what happens from there is we have all of the automated marketing set up so that when you get back to the office, you simply click a button. That John Smith came to one of my presentations, and he indicated that Medicaid planning was his #1 concern. He doesn't want to lose things to the nursing home. And then just by clicking that button, then John Smith gets automated marketing and valuable information from you perpetually, and all of it, or almost all of it, has to do with Medicaid planning. So it enables you to do the right kind of follow-up to the right people so that you're not just sending broad email or marketing messages about Medicaid planning, parents with minor children, blended families, special needs children. All of your marketing gets targeted to the specific needs and wants of that ideal prospective client. So that's part of our new and improved seminar module. Yep, we've always had the ads, the inserts, the direct mail pieces, the script for the presentation, but now we've added the automated follow-up, which is such a critical component of any presentation marketing. Is not just trying to sell them right there at the presentation, but all of the follow-up that's necessary for those people who weren't ready right then. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to go back, quick summary on all the different points. Let me, man, this thing is driving me crazy. Okay, let me get out of that. Come on, drawing tool. Oh, here we go. Normal. Okay, and then I'm going to answer some questions that we have. So the quick summary is over the last month. By the way, thank you for your patience. We've gone from we will walk you through creating marketing materials to we have them ready for your use along with the technology to make them very, very powerful, enabling you to eliminate all those frustrations of not being able to get enough clients because you're not educating as many people at the right time with the right information. So the quick summary, we've gone from helping you develop one free offer to really having 4 ready to go. And we'll be adding more as we go along with the kind of big one as the book. So that's, and then not only having the free offers available, but having the automated marketing that supplements the free offers once people ask for it. The second part is the website. We'll either build one for you with all of the standard pages, with the idea being it's not about the beautiful design, it's about the content that gets your website found. And then once it's found, getting the capturing the contact information and doing all of that automated follow-up marketing. So that's what we want your web presence to be. Number 3, crazy. There's not an estate planning attorney in America that uses automated marketing the right way. At least I have never met them. If you know one, introduce them to me. I'd love to talk to them. It doesn't exist. And that's where this is going to be really crazy powerful, is that every single contact that you get, if they asked for something specific regarding their pain point, automatically you'll do the automated marketing to them based on that pain point, capturing financial advisor contact information a number of different ways, marketing to them perpetually, having people who request your book, market to them, having people who may attend one of your presentations, live or webinar, following up with them based on their specific needs. So really, really powerful. So that's the automated drip stuff, and with our certifications and our training, we're really excited about putting that in place for so many different people. And then there's the book, where again before the method was we'll hold your hand as you build your book. It'll take months, if not years, to put that in place. To we have it in place. You can use it immediately as an ebook. Yes, we want you to review all of the material. Yes, we want you to make whatever necessary edits are necessary, but it's like I said, it's easier to revise than create, easier to edit than create. And then also you can use it as a printed book if you want to use it that way also. But to me, kind of the best free offer is a printed book, as we know this by getting those requests every day for it. And then last but not least is the group presentation. Not only the marketing of the presentation, whether those presentations are seminars or webinars to your contacts, but also all of the automated follow-up marketing, which can double, triple, or quadruple the results that you see from giving a presentation if you have the effective follow-up in place. Okay, so what I want to do from here, I want to answer a couple of questions, but I want to go through the next steps. So let's see here. A question about the blog posts. If we have built your website, your blog post will just appear on your site on Monday and Thursday. If you want to use your existing website, we would send you those 2 blog posts weekly that you can add to your website yourself or send to your webmaster. We would work with you, but one thing we don't want to be involved in is getting in any of the behind the scenes coding for any of those websites that we didn't create. So we want to provide you with the content that you're going to be licensed to use on your website. All right, GoToWebinar, all that. Yeah, I mean, this is being presented through GoToWebinar. Once you start presenting GoToWebinars, you're going to want to have your own license. I know when we started using GoToWebinar, there was a 30-day free trial thing, so we would suggest you take advantage of that to test it out. But we want to follow all of the correct licensing rules and all of that, and just like we did with our kind of marketing automation, getting all the certification, paying all the fees, doing what we needed to do to be able to provide it to you. I think we're violating our GoToWebinar licensing agreement by, giving all those credentials to other businesses to use for their benefit. But I don't know exactly what we're paying. What is it, like $99 a month or something like that at the most? It's either a monthly or an annual thing. You get a discount if you pay annually. And then let's see, a little bit more about the scripts for video blogs or webinars. Really, video blogs, I would say you ought to come up with that kind of original material yourself. One thing I haven't mentioned yet is we really still want to encourage you to create your own authentic marketing material that's yours. So to the extent you can write some blog posts, to the extent you could create some free offers, to the extent you can make some videos. And really all you're doing there is you're telling people stories about other people that you helped, telling people stories about other people, how what their pains were and how you helped them solve that pain, or giving them examples or case studies or lists or reasons why. So we really don't feel like it's appropriate to provide you with kind of scripts for a video blog. A video blog usually lasts a couple of minutes, and we really want you looking natural, like it's your material. So webinars, yeah, I mean, webinars, yes. As we work through your marketing plan, I give these webinars every 2 weeks, and those are consumer-oriented webinars that get recorded. So we can provide you with that, and most of them have some little simple PowerPoint presentation. You can watch the webinar and use that material, as you see fit. So that's pretty funny. Will Paul commit to improving his drawing skills in 2017? No, there's nothing wrong with my drawing skills if I was to. But so, all right. Yeah. So with the right technology in place, I don't know if this is answering your question, but there is technology that syncs GoToWebinar or GoToMeeting, same company, with Infusionsoft. So the beauty of that is, as people register for your webinar, they're not only being listed in the GoToWebinar list of attendees, but they also get added to your regular database or Infusionsoft database of people or contacts that you have. We'd have to talk about that more in a little detail, but they do sync together. Okay, so let me go through what the next steps are. There's 2 main points. It's one, how does all this work? What is the financial aspect of it? And then what are the next steps? So let me go through that, and then we'll call it a day here in about 5 minutes. So the financial aspect of it is really nothing changes. We took a month off but other than that, nothing changes. All of these things that we've shown you, a big part of this is we've really beefed up not only our skills on marketing automation, but our certifications and our ability and legally administer all of these automated marketing tools on your behalf. So, for example, before, if we would have sent out automated marketing messages on your behalf, it would have had our Baton Rouge address and the little fine print near the unsubscribe button. But now with all of having it done right, that's all obvious. It's going to be all your, your contact information there. And so, so we're really excited about getting that part right. So, and just as an aside, as we work with attorneys in the future, they're flat out going to pay significantly more than what we're going to ask you to pay. I know that's a marketing ploy to say, sign up now because other people are going to have to pay a lot more. But I'm not telling you that as a marketing ploy. I guess I'm telling it to you as a fact, and that I don't want to charge you extra because we got this piece right and we're absorbing, the technology costs of having all of this and having the ability for us to administer an account that's on your behalf. So so anyway. Bottom line is, just to be real simple, nothing changes. Some of you were paying X dollars for 3 months, and you may have made one payment already. Then we took a month break. Then we just pick up in the next month with your second payment of that amount, and then your third payment of that amount. And then if you're in month 4, if you're paying a different amount, it'll go to that amount. But there won't be any extra. So that should be pretty easy to understand. I will tell you, though, if you talk to other attorneys, and we've got others interested, and we've kind of turned away over the last month, they're going to be paying significantly more because there's just a whole lot more direct cost associated with allowing everybody to use the technologies that are available to do all of this automated marketing. So really the financial stuff, there shouldn't be a lot of questions about it, but if there are, that's okay. It's just the same. Nothing changes. But it's been improved because now we've really beefed up our automated marketing skills, and we've positioned ourselves to be able to administer and take care of an account on your behalf. Okay. Yeah, well, the good question out there, Mark. From a mechanic of making 2 payments or one, you're just going to make the typical one amount to us, and out of that we pay the cost for all the marketing tools and the Infusionsoft account and all of that. So after many long discussions with these companies, I don't want to get too heavy into Infusionsoft, but that's quite frankly the one we use. I don't want to get too nitty gritty, but yeah, that's how it'll work. Okay, good. Thanks for your response. All right, so that's that. And so next steps are we just want to have would like to have a conversation with you really today, if possible, for those of you on the webinar. Carol's going to reach out to all of you today. Just get a feel for where you are. For those of you who are ready to start working with us, great. We'll get going. For those of you who have some questions, great. Let's talk through it. And for those of you who don't feel this is right at the right time or whatever, that's okay. But we feel like the appropriate next step and the mature and the responsible next step is simply just to have a conversation. So Carol's going to reach out to all of you this afternoon. I don't know if she'll catch you, obviously. If she does, great. If you have a specific time in the next maybe couple of hours that you feel like it'd be a good time to have maybe a 10, 15-minute chat with Carol and perhaps even myself, because she's right here at the table with me, then the two of us will get on the phone. We'll see where you stand, see what maybe your goals are, what you want to accomplish, what you're hoping to accomplish, whether it's with us or without us, and then kind of just take it from there. And if you're ready to go, we'll just pick up where we left off. But the beauty of it is we don't have to we don't have to pull and pry you having to write and create all of this marketing material. It's ready to go. Sure, there's going to be some approving and some editing and some refining, but like I said twice, that's so much easier than starting with a blank slate. Okay, Carol, anything else you have to offer for now?
No, I think you've covered it all.
Yeah, okay. So what we're going to do is we want to, it just turned into 30 long minutes is what it did. 30. I meant to say somewhere between 30 and 56 minutes is what I wanted to be today. But I get excited about this. We put in a lot of work, and we know that we know how hard it is for estate planning attorneys to get regular client activity. And we feel like we've really, cracked that code and just ready to get to work seeing other people get some of the same benefits that we've been seeing around here with the right kind of marketing activity. So I'm going to wrap it up. Let me see if we have anything else. Website templates to review. I'm going to be blunt. We didn't. A month ago, we said we want to really beef up our design features. We didn't do much of that. I know it's going to be something that we're going to do in the future because design is just so important to attorneys. Huh?
I said not you.
Not me. I consider myself, or at least when I was young, I considered myself to be kind of a cool guy. So I like cool websites. But as I've worked and as I've practiced and I've struggled getting clients, there's cool and then there's stuff that enables you to get clients. So if I have to choose between a cool design, and I'm not even saying you're suggesting that you need a cool design, but we hear it from attorneys. They want that wow factor when somebody looks at their website. To me, I would insist on having a website with the standard pages, the home, the about us, the blog, the testimonials, the events, the contact us. Have it meet a certain standard, but have crazy content on there and make it real easy to capture people's contact information on there so we can market to them. So if I had to give you a template, it'd be mine, RavelaesTatePlanning.com. When you go to that, you happen to go to a landing page where that's what I wanted. I wanted when somebody went to my site, boom, you want my book. And that's what they get. And then there's places for them to go, go get other stuff or read blog posts or find an event or register for an event. So there's a template right there. We'll be getting better at that, at the design feature, as our skills there improve. But we've been working so hard on the automated marketing stuff that we've kind of, and my passion is about doing stuff that helps you get clients. And I know design is nice, but capture contact information. That's how I really dig websites. Anyway, more than you needed to know there. Okay. Wrap it up. I'm going to let you guys go. Carol will be reaching out to you momentarily. It's likely because I'm with her and I don't have any more client meetings this afternoon that if she catches you, this is going to be a great time for me to be added so that the three of us, four of us, however many are part of your kind of marketing organization and your marketing can all have a quick conversation, see where you are and see what the next steps might look like. Okay, y'all have a great afternoon. We'll see you.